Jay Carl's our guest this hour of the Shea Tards, an American success story. Starting with nothing, becoming one of the biggest guys and families and whatever you call it on YouTube with 400 million, almost 500 now.
Going for that $500 million mark. I'm really proud of it.
That's cool, man. You should. $500 million of anything is known as a lot. Man, that's a bunch. That's pretty cool. Got an email in for you, buddy. It says, Jeff in Michigan says, I just want to let Shea Tard know that Shea Carl know what an inspiration he's been in my life. I'm practically debt-free now because they showed me the way to living debt-free life through your program, Dave. I would also like to say how you've motivated me to lose weight. I'm now down 70 pounds with a lot more to go. He makes it easier for me to see how happy someone can be. Thanks for all your hard work and keep changing people's lives. Very cool. So the untold story is you came on the air and did your debt-free scream, and that's how we said earlier that you and I connected, and that's a little over a year ago, right around a year ago.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I remember that. So because we had just, we just totally paid off our debt except for that house that we were living in. And now my parents are living in that house, and it's almost paid off. When I called you a year ago, we had just bought it, and it's almost paid off, that last house. But yeah, I remember that morning because we did our debt-free scream, and I was so nervous. I told Laura, when I called her, I was like so nervous on the phone with Laura because I, heard you talking about her all these years.
Yeah, and I've always said how mean she is.
She is.
Yeah, she's mean.
She made me nervous. She's like, are you on a cell phone? Are you driving? I'm like, no, I promise. This will be okay. I want to go on there. Please let me on. And so we did the debt scream, and I filmed it, and I actually went to your website because I was a member of your thing, and I downloaded the audio from the show, and I patched it into my vlog, and I used the audio from your show and the video from my video. And then I remember waking up the next morning, and you had tweeted me because all of my people had went and bugged you, and you had tweeted, I had a rock star on my show yesterday, and I called everybody I knew. I said, Dave Ramsey tweeted me, and it was so exciting just to see that. But thanks to him, who was that, Jeff?
Jeff.
Who emailed me. Yeah, the weight loss and the debt-free.
But you started losing weight right after that.
It was, right? I think what really happened is you came to Long Beach and you got up on stage and you talked about, I remember one thing you said that totally went in my mind. You said, this is your body, you get one of them. And that hit me. I was like, yeah, this is my only body. Why am I putting all this crap in it? I feel like crap. I snore. I have heartburn. All these things. And I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's the same with debt. And we just started working and working and working. And really, the thing that I want to say that I think is the biggest thing to our success is your equation on page 82 of your new book, EntreLeadership, is focused intensity over time. That is so important, that time. You can, because you can, like you said, anybody can focus for a while, but anybody who can do it over time can make a big difference in their life, whether it be getting out of debt.
But now, in the last year, how much weight have you lost?
Just 110 pounds.
That's all. You lost a freaking Backstreet Boy.
Unbelievable. I lost one of my wives. Yeah, people always say, what's your secret to success? There's no secret, just working hard. You just gotta work hard, and you gotta keep doing it. You gotta do it every single day, and you stack those workouts on top of each other. And now we're running a marathon together tomorrow.
You're running the full, I'm running the half. You ran your first full the other day in LA, and your time was 3:30?
3:39.
Yeah.
I can't believe you remember that. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
3:39.
It's pretty freaking impressive, especially for a full and your very first one.
Very first.
And and the first time I met you, you were not exactly a marathoner. You were not. And dude, you lose 110 pounds, run the full, gonna run a full tomorrow, and you look like a completely different person.
Yeah. No, this is what I looked like when I was a senior in high school. This is what I looked like when I got married to my wife. So she's happy about that.
And she looks the same as when you got married.
Yeah,
so,
she's just the same.
It's only fair.
Right. I know. I need to up my game a little bit because she's gorgeous.
Well, that's pretty incredible. So, you've become successful in business. You got out of debt. You've knocked out the weight. So, you've really learned the art of setting goals and hitting them with the focused intensity over time multiplied by God, everything. It's unstoppable momentum, what we're talking about, but you've been really doing that. Let me ask you something. Because people are sitting out there going, man, that's almost out of reach. This guy's, he's got a Superman cape tucked in his back there somewhere. He can do anything, and you're starting to reach that status. You really are. We were kind of talking about that at lunch a little bit. But talk to you 5 years ago.
Honestly, if I was to talk to myself 5 years ago, I would share that, focus intensity over time. And it's funny because we were just talking, you've had that momentum theory for was it 5 years now or whatever, 7 years since 2005, and I've been listening to you for 5 years, and not until just the other day, I was at home, and I live in LA, and I was running on the beach, and I was listening to your book on my phone, and it dawned on me that that's the secret to life. All the people who are successful, who have really made it, have never give up. The secrets to life are hidden behind the word cliche. And it is such a truth. Anybody can become anything they want. I honestly believe that, and I think that's maybe why I have succeeded so much, is because if you believe that you can do something, if you just work hard enough, long enough, you can. And I know it's like, whatever, that's what everybody says. Sure, the little train that thought he could. But guess what? All the people who have made it and who are successful, they'll tell you the same thing. It's just hard work, overtime, not quitting. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. You get a dream, you go towards it. You don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. And you just ignore everybody that's a hater. You gotta drink a lot of haterade before you finish the marathon. And we talk about that, just people that say a lot of just stupid stuff to you.
The internet has given people permission that are cowards to say things they would have never said.
Right.
Otherwise, to people that are winning. It's just a lot of cowards on there. In an online world, the one thing about the internet, I mean, I just discovered Twitter last year personally. I mean, I knew we had it. We were doing it around here with our social guys and all that, but I personally started messing with it and installed the Dave Snarkiness, and it's blown up. It's working. You know, how do you, with social media, with Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and in an online world like that, how do you stay relevant? What do you do to keep from getting stuck? Because boy, you got to be cutting edge, or you're just dead meat.
You do.
You're on the super highway.
You do. And you know, I learned it from this other guy named Dave Ramsey that taught me. You had something. You said you keep a stack of change on your desk.
Mm-hmm.
I remember somewhere
Mm-hmm.
because change happens. You have to change. You have to be willing to change. That's how you stay relevant. And I've learned that. If you're not willing to change, you'll go the way of the buffalo. You know, you'll be extinct eventually. Not that the buffalo's extinct. I don't know why I said that. But you have to be willing to change. You have to reinvent yourself. You know, you have to change. You know, what you're about. I think, and it's tough to stay relevant. You know, and that's why. You know, I started running marathons, and just you have to grow. I think, and that's what change is. Really, I think it's just growth. You have to be willing to have that growth, and everybody's afraid of change. It's human nature to be afraid of change. People are willing to go through the pain of staying the same rather than changing. You know, I love the quote of Tony Robinson about the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, and that's when you finally make that change, when being a fat lard is not fun anymore, you know, and so you're willing to go through the pain of losing that weight because you're sick of the pain of being, you know, in that situation. So once the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, then you can make that change.
So you made a big change. You moved to LA, took the kids. I mean, you guys were in Salt Lake, and now you're one of the 3 co-founders in Maker Studios. Now, you're making YouTube videos. That's what that is. What does that involve?
Maker Studios is a production company out of LA that I was a co-founder of. There's probably actually like 5 of us who are co-founders. My buddies Danny and Lisa and Ben and Cassim. We all started this company together basically to help make YouTube videos. Because like I said before, my wife was holding the camera, and I'd yell at her, that's wrong, you're not supposed to hold it like that. But you know, we got this company together where we could hire people to, you know, like film, people who've been to film school, lighting experts, people who do sound. And it's basically just a production company who produces YouTube videos. So we have, you know, editors and directors and people that can help us, you know, create these things that we upload on YouTube.
Well, dude, you and Colette are an inspiration. You're an inspiration to the family. You're an inspiration for entrepreneurs, the free enterprise system. You're, you know, certainly the weight loss, getting out of debt, all those kinds of things. Absolutely incredible. I'm honored to call you friend.
Dave, this is an honor for me to be here. I'll tell you what, everybody out there that's listening right now, I was right where you were. I was sitting in a little truck in Phoenix, Arizona, measuring granite countertops at $14 an hour. I would run in during the commercial and run out so I could hear you. Just keep it up. If you're out there, you gotta believe that you can do it, and if you believe it, then it will happen. Just keep working. Thanks, Dave.
Check out Shay Tards at youtube.com, of course, and you can follow him on Twitter. You and 500,000 others at Shay Carl. At Shay Carl. If you haven't seen this phenomenon, you need to look at it. It's interesting study and culture, people. Pretty cool stuff. Honor to have you, brother. We'll be back before you know it on the Dave Ramsey Show.
this information is given with the understanding